Hey, boys and girls. It's time for Uncle Jay Explains the News. Now here's the guy who helps little minds understand big news stories, Uncle Jay.
Hi, boys and girls, and happy Halloween. You know, by our next episode, Halloween is going to be over, so Halloween will be over by our next episode, so now is the time to warn you. Before you go to bed, take a careful inventory of every item. Adults cannot be trusted. This comes from experience on both ends. Well, Uncle Jay's news word for this week is dredge. Now, don't confuse this word with that famous website, because this is quite different. Dredge means to dig stuff up, dirt, actual dirt. But in the news, it means to dig up political dirt, especially just before an election. Election ads used to say, vote for me. But now, all they ever say is, don't vote for somebody else, usually because of some old stuff dug up from years ago. We've learned from this year's ads that the most pressing issues in America today are witchcraft, sheep, housekeeping, and Buddha. No wonder Democrats are so scared. None of them are Buddhists. Well, last week in Delaware, a candidate at a debate tried to dredge up something really old, the First Amendment. His opponent seemed like she didn't know what was in the First Amendment. But actually, boys and girls, what she said was technically correct. However, what she should have done was exercise her First Amendment right to free speech and yelled fire and cleared the place out and ended the debate. Uncle Jay should be a political consultant. Also last week, commentator Juan Williams got fired by NPR for something he said on Fox News. And some Republicans then tried to up the old issue of cutting government funding for public radio. That's right, they finally identified one thing in the budget they would actually cut. Deficit, you are toast. And now it's time to answer one of your news questions. This week it comes from Lauren in Orlando. Hi, Lauren. Lauren writes, Dear Uncle Jay, I asked my dad why all of a sudden the story about Clarence Thomas and some lady from way back in the 90s is in the news again. He doesn't want to tell me much. Can you tell me about it and explain why he won't? Thanks, Lauren. Well, you know, he might just be upset that you used the phrase way back in the 90s. You kind of lumped the Macarena with a twist. But it's probably more because the story is just kind of creepy. And now someone else from back then has come forward to say the same bad things about Justice Thomas. She is being accused, though, of just trying to sell a book that she wrote. And a lot of media are ignoring her and just interviewing more dignified authors about the books that they've written. Don't forget, you can see more at www.unclejexplains.com. Check back every Monday when Uncle Jay explains the news. And remember, a great kid is great news.